Look over here, you see these leaves and now you see this. See the difference? Okay, my friends, welcome back to our gardening channel, thehplants. I'm Payam and today I will talk about an interesting topic. Why would Dieffenbachia's leaf get smaller? What are the reasons and how you can prevent this? If your plant is growing normally, it have many leaves but the size are small, you may need to watch this video to find out the reason and solve this problem. First of all, let me tell you something. These two plants are same age. I made them both from one cutting, but I keep them in different situations and you see the result. You are wondering what are the reasons for Dieffenbachia's leaves getting smaller. I should tell you that the first and the most important reason is light. Keep this plant in a place that is too shade or receive too much direct light. This plant will respond to this situation by making its leaf smaller. But if you keep this plant in ideal situation where it receives average and moderate level of light, this plant will grow normally. One important thing, you see that I'm touching its leaves because I'm not sensitive to the substance that exists in these leaves. But if you have a very sensitive skin, do not play with this plant because it's toxic and you will regret it. Second reason for this problem is watering issue. Both overwatering and underwatering will cause stress to the plant and this stress will stop the plant from growing normally. Stick to your watering schedule and water it when the plant needs it. Do not overwater it and do not underwater it. The third reason is nutrient deficiency. This plant does not need much fertilization, but it will benefit from getting balanced fertilizers. When you see the plant have small leaves, you may consider feeding it with some balanced and water-soluble fertilizers from time to time, especially during its growing season, which starts from the spring and lasts to the fall. Now that we have identified the reason for this problem, let's talk about how to solve the problem when you face it. I keep these plants in different situations. The watering was the same, the soil is the same, the pot is the same, but this plant was placed in a location that received moderate lights, and this plant was placed in a location that received minimum lights. So you see the difference between these plants. So important thing is that light matters. To achieve optimal growth, these plants need average and moderate indirect light. It's important, the light must be indirect. You need to filter the light with different methods that you know. I will talk about how to filter the light in another video, and I recommend you watching that video too. If you keep these plants in places that receive little or too much light, the plant will face this. In your house, if the plant is placed too far from the windows, I recommend moving it near the windows where it can receive enough lights. Or if moving the plant will destroy your home decoration, I recommend using artificial growth light that can help the plant receive its necessary level of light. Dieffenbachia needs at least 6 to 8 hours of light daily. So if you keep this plant in a place that is too far from the windows and does not receive the necessary light, I recommend moving it near the windows, or if moving this plant will destroy your home decoration, I recommend using some artificial growth light that can provide the plant's light needs. In the previous section, I talked that watering is the second reason for Dieffenbachia's leaves getting smaller. So how you should water your Dieffenbachia? First thing, let me tell you that Dieffenbachia love water. You should always keep the soil moist, but avoid waterlogging it. Stick to the normal watering schedule and let at least 2 inches of the soil surface get dry and then start watering. Make sure that the excess water comes out of the drainage hole and remove that water to avoid other problems such as root rots. The third method to solve this problem is fertilizing. This plant does not need much fertilizations, but in case of receiving nutrients, it will grow perfectly. In order to solve this problem, use balanced fertilizers that are high in nitrogen and phosphorus, and I recommend using humic acid once every season so that the plant receives these nutrients better And never ever over fertilize this plant, because this will change the soil pH level, will cause some serious problem to your plant. Since Dieffenbachia is a tropical plant, it will love humidity. In case that the temperature in your home increases, so the humidity should increase accordingly. There are few methods to increase the humidity level in home. The simplest one is using pebble tray or spraying water on the leaves, but note that spraying should not be done during the noon and on the direct sunlight, because this will cause some problems such as leaf spot. My friends, always remember that prevention is the best strategy. Always check your plant regularly to see if there is any sign of leaf getting smaller or other problems. So as soon as you indicate them, seek to get rid of them. Another important thing that I forgot to mention was repotting the plant. When the plant lives in a small pot, roots will stop growing and you will face root bound. In this situation, the leaves will get small and won't grow anymore. From time to time, check if your plants need repotting or not. And if your plant needed it, try to move the plant to a pot that is one size bigger than the previous and try to fertilize it during repotting. There you have it, my friends. If you have been wondering what are the reasons for Dieffenbachia leaves getting smaller, now you know the reasons, you know how to prevent it. Gardening is a journey and you need to be prepared for that. If you have any question or any comment regarding this problem, let us know and don't forget to subscribe. Happy gardening!